He spotted a math pattern in a classmate's ugly tie. He turned a glass. He let the light shine through a lemon slice. Then he aimed the light at the tie. The light matched the pattern perfectly. He quickly pointed it out to his classmate. His name was John Nash. He arrived at Princeton University. The school was full of top mathematicians. Even with so many geniuses around, he stood out fast. His math talent was amazing. He even won the Carnegie Scholarship. But after coming to the new school, he never fit in. Every day was nothing but math. He lived in his own world. He rarely went to class. He did not like solving problems the usual way. He always wanted a new approach. He even watched pigeons for inspiration. His classmates laughed at him. He did not care. He believed classes limited creativity. Little by little, he became more different from everyone else. He did not know how to make conversation. He did not know how to make friends. Most of the time he stayed alone. Later, he met his roommate Charles. Charles was the complete opposite. Charles was outgoing. He loved being around people. He made friends easily, but they became best friends. Charles always dragged him out to relax. As he watched others publish papers, Nash became more anxious. He still could not find a breakthrough. He wanted to create something original. He wanted people to remember his name, but no one believed in him. One day during a chess match, his opponent was full of confidence. He even showed off his research. If Nash failed to produce results, the lab position would go to the other guy. At first Nash felt confident, but he lost quickly. He could not accept it. He flipped the chessboard, then walked away. The loss hit him hard, but he refused to quit. He went straight to his professor. He asked to meet Einstein. His professor turned him down, because he skipped classes, and had no published papers. He was not qualified, but Nash kept following him. In the end, his professor took him to a dining hall. Many professors placed their pens in front of an older professor. It was the highest honor, and the greatest sign of respect. His professor told him he was nowhere near that level. After returning to his room, he stared at the formulas on the window. He had written every one of them. Now they seemed to mock him. He suddenly lost control. He slammed himself into the window, then shoved a desk against the door. Just then, Charles rushed in. He stopped him in time. Then Charles threw the desk out the window. It smashed into pieces. Papers flew everywhere. Nash slowly calmed down. Later, he moved his research to a bar. That change led to his biggest breakthrough. A group of women walked into the bar. One of them was the most beautiful. The guys started talking about how to win her over. Everyone had a different plan. Someone mentioned Adam Smith's theory. Everyone thought the best move was chasing the prettiest girl first. But Nash saw another possibility. If everyone chased the same woman, no one might end up with her. The other women would reject them too. If everyone chose differently, everyone would have a better chance. Each person could get a better result. Everyone's choices affected each other. It was not just about yourself. The idea suddenly clicked. He rushed back to his room, grabbed paper and a pen, and started writing non-stop. He could not stop. Later, he handed the paper to his professor. His professor was deeply impressed. He told Nash he could join any research lab he wanted. Nash introduced a new game theory. It later became known as the Nash equilibrium. The theory changed the way people thought. The entire academic world was shaken. Thanks to that paper, Nash entered his dream lab and became famous. Even his old rival came over to congratulate him. Later, Nash became a professor at MIT. At the same time, he worked on defense research. The job gave him more resources and more opportunities, but after a while, teaching the same classes every day became boring. He wanted something more challenging. Soon enough, the chance came. He was invited to the Pentagon to help crack Soviet codes. The moment he saw the codes, he got to work. Within minutes, he found the pattern and decoded the coordinates. Everyone was shocked. They all admired his talent. After that, a mysterious man approached him. His name was John Parcher. He said he was a Defense Department agent. He had been watching Nash and knew what he could do. He invited Nash to join a secret mission to help America crack enemy intelligence. He said many spies used newspapers and magazines to pass coded messages. Only Nash could break them. Nash agreed. After that, he started working in secret. Every day, he searched through stacks of newspapers, looking for hidden messages, then organized the information and dropped it off at a secret location. During that time, his love life also changed. One day in class, construction outside was making a lot of noise. Nash closed the window. Then, a young woman stood up. She politely spoke with the workers and solved the problem. Her name was Alicia. Nash did not say much. He simply left a difficult math problem on the board, then walked out. Not long after, someone solved it. Nash looked up. It was Alicia. Later, Alicia asked him out to dinner. Nash froze. It was the first time a woman had asked him out. He quickly said yes. After that, they spent more and more time together. Alicia often invited him to parties. She helped fix his clothes, and always looked after him. Nash slowly realized she truly cared about him. Later, they took walks together. They talked for hours. They grew closer. One day, Nash tried to express his feelings, but he was way too blunt. The moment became awkward, but Alicia was not upset. They officially became a couple. Later, Nash saw Charles again. Charles showed up with his little niece. Many years had passed, but Charles had not changed at all. Nash thought nothing of it. Around that time, he wanted to propose to Alicia, but he did not know how. Charles kept encouraging him. Finally, Nash found the courage. He proposed. Alicia said yes. They got married, and started a new life. After the wedding, Nash kept working on secret missions. He became more convinced that hidden codes were everywhere. He believed people were watching him every day. He kept gathering intelligence, and secretly delivered it to a hidden mailbox. As time passed, his behavior became stranger. Alicia noticed something was wrong, but she did not know why. Soon, Alicia became pregnant. They were getting ready for their baby, but Nash still disappeared without warning. No one knew where he went. One day, Parcher suddenly appeared. He told Nash to keep working. He even dragged Alicia into it. Nash became more nervous. He believed people were coming after him. Later, he gave a lecture at the university. Halfway through, several men rushed in. Nash took off running. He ran across the campus, but was finally caught. He fought as hard as he could. Then they took him to a hospital. At the hospital, he insisted he was on a secret mission, but the doctor told him there had never been any secret operation. There was no Agent Parcher. Charles was not real either. The little girl never existed. All of them were only hallucinations. Nash had schizophrenia. He had been sick for years, without realizing it. The people he had lived with could only be seen by him. When Alicia learned the truth, she could not accept it. The doctors began treatment. He received medication and electroshock therapy. His body became weaker. His mind became slower. Later, he went home and took his medicine every day. His condition became stable for a while, but the side effects got worse. He could no longer work normally. His thinking slowed down too. In the end, he secretly stopped taking the medicine. The hallucinations quickly returned. One day, Alicia went out to do the laundry. She left the baby with Nash. But Nash became distracted by the hallucinations, and completely forgot about the baby. The child stayed in the bathtub, and almost drowned. Alicia rushed home, and saved the baby. Then, she saw Nash talking to empty air again. She finally realized his illness had returned. She immediately picked up the baby, and tried to leave. Just then, Nash ran after her. But suddenly, he noticed something. The little girl who always appeared had never grown older. He finally understood. Hallucinations never grow up, because they are not real. From that moment on, he decided to stop believing them. Later, Nash told his doctor he did not want to depend on medicine anymore. He decided to live with the hallucinations. He returned to Princeton, and asked to teach again. Many people disagreed, but he was given another chance. From then on, he still saw the hallucinations every day, but he chose to ignore them. He never spoke to them. He focused all his energy on math. Slowly, he returned to research. Students came back to his classes. Years passed. His work earned respect again. More and more people admired him. In the end, Nash won the Nobel Prize in Economics for his contributions to game theory. At the ceremony, he thanked Alicia for staying by his side. Even years later, he still saw the hallucinations, but he had learned to ignore them, and kept living his life.